Yay, there we go. Okay, welcome everybody. If you are brand spanking new to our team, we are so excited to have you here. You literally joined right at the right time because fall is here and we have some crazy new products that are coming, and it's so great that you guys are getting trained up now and knowing what to do moving forward, because there's going to be a lot of new ambassadors coming in the rush of the new products, and they're not going to already be prepared like you guys are. So you are in a great spot to be where you are before these products launch, so that you have your foundation and you are ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to dive right in here. Allie's not here, but hi, this is us. We just want to introduce ourselves really quick. That's Allie over there in the left-hand corner. And then there's me, Jenny. I am a mom of 3. I'm a homeschool mom. We live in a little farm in the mountains of Southern California. That picture was our first snow with our youngest. She was literally like 2 weeks old, and we had our first snow, which was really cool. So we are the fastest growing team as a whole, True North. We are lifting our family and I here, we're always here to answer you guys. Okay, and that should be free and added to or within the report up to product launches and just life customers can be added to it and products, and so you can actually add your customer as well. Group, because you go to our pick up any kind of ailment, POS, arthritis, whatever it might be, and you're going to use testimonies in a group that you can read about, learn about, share with other people. We just ask that you don't make things as names, but it's a great foundation as well. You can add it to do chat that you will hear about the thing. I pop there, and which is where people are still looking people and different niches and those that are read your okay, auto ship ambassadors or all ship has gone through for that month. So it's really important to hey, and the cool part about this is you are really keep your here since you get 10%, and each product will show you how much for your on when you're up your and that's what ranks. Whatever rank you hit, Friday you hit builder, right? You hit builder as your first rank. Cool, yay, this is amazing. The very next Friday, you're gonna get paid that $150. That's really cool, you guys. When I joined, weekly pay wasn't here yet. And so I didn't get my executive, I hit executive within my first 30 days. I didn't get that pay until the next month. So it's really cool that you guys have weekly pay now, and it's been really cool to see how this just like blesses people. And I mean, say you hit builder 1 week, and then so that next Friday you get $150. That same week that you got paid, you hit pro. So the next Friday you're gonna get paid another, what is it? It's another $150. And so you could technically get paid weekly as you're hitting ranks, which is really cool and exciting. And if you've seen the comp, I'm sure you've all seen the comp plan at this point if you're here with us, but the bonuses stack on each other. So it's really exciting to, like, as you hit builder, as you hit pro, as you hit executive, to get those bonuses. And if you hit executive in your timed window, which say you joined here now in August, you have the rest of August and you have all of September to hit those time bonuses. So it's really cool to see how you can get paid out with this so quickly. And make sure your hyper wallet is set up, guys. That is how you get paid. You can set it up to be transferred to your bank account, Venmo. There are QPay cards. I don't recommend doing the QPay card.
I have questions about. I know one of these you said goes in yours, but I don't remember which one.
There we go. I personally recommend you do not use the QPay card because I haven't ever used it, but I've been told by somebody that it's just like anytime you use it, there's a fee. Just like if you would like pull money from a random ATM that's not your bank, that's basically how it is with the QPay card. So if you want to keep more of your money, keep your money, I recommend having it transferred to your Venmo or set up your bank account. Okay, what is next? All right, this is really cool, you guys. And before you've even gotten 2 people, you can start getting customers, which is really exciting. This is box 1 of our comp plan. You can just start telling family, your friends, hey, I just joined this company. They have really great supplements. They have awesome sublingual sprays, and I would love to tell you more about this. We have some great videos. You can ask in the Rise chat where we can share with you that are just specific to the products that you can share with people. And while you're still learning, because we're not expecting you guys to just know all the products and what they're good for right out of the gate, ask questions. Hey, my aunt has arthritis. She deals with a lot of chronic aches and pains. What would you recommend she get started with? And then we could be like, oh, I really honestly think Q-Align would be really great for her. It is an inflammatory support supplement, and the Excel CBD cream is amazing. And so we could give you recommendations, right? So we don't expect you to be able to recommend products right out of the gate. Ask somebody, a good common rule of thumb is somebody always has like one of these 5 things, right? They have trouble sleeping, they have brain fog or low energy, weight loss issues, or aches and pains, right? And we have stuff for all 5 of those things. And so we can help you find the right fit for them, and you can get a customer and you get commission, which is amazing. And if you see here, the CV is customer volume. So you get anywhere from 101 CV to 500, you're going to get 15%, and then it goes to 25, 30, and even 35%. So really cool way to just start making some money right out of the gate while you're still working to find your 2 business partners. Okay, so I usually make Allie do this part, so bear with me. But here is your road to builder, right? So you have you right here, and you're getting your 2 people. So 1, 2, boom, you've got your 2 business partners, right? Then only one of that, then they get their person and they get their first person, right? Right there, that's put more than enough volume in your legs to hit that first rank. So a good rule of thumb, if you see, okay, total OV, 300 to hit builder. If you take away that 2 zeros, 3 orders, right? 3 orders. So most orders are 100 PV. That's usually the typical order. So you would need 3 orders under you to hit this rank, right? You would get your monthly paycheck of $50 plus a $100 bonus, which you'd get $150, which is amazing. So that is builder right there. Pro is your next step. That's 6 orders, right? 600. So your 2 people got their 2 people, boom. And that's why we have those Finding Your 2 chat. That's why we have Finding Your 2 trainings. That's why we really talk with you and work with you and do voice message training and all the things, because we want to help you get your 2 people as quickly as possible. And so it starts to replicate and it starts to grow, and you're helping you on top of bringing on new business partners, you're teaching them to bring on their business partners. And it's really cool to see how quickly it can grow. Okay, so now we're going to get into the inviting process, right? You see those first 2 ranks, you can earn $300 right there just by hitting pro. So how do we go about inviting people? Now, this isn't voice message training. That's tomorrow. I'm going to do voice message training tomorrow, guys. So this is just the inviting process, right? So right out of the gate, you've joined, you've done your first start steps, you've gone through your welcome packet. And now you're going to start making a list of people that you think would be interested in, whether it be the business or the products or both, right? And so start brainstorming your list. And I wouldn't even wait for your, your personally enrolled to ask you for this. Go ahead and start working on your list, guys. And then when your person comes to you and says, okay, not muted. If you wouldn't mute it, what happens after we're done recording. So you're going to make your list of people that you want to talk to the business about. Personally, I came from network marketing. I came from companies that I tried and they were just so saturated that I couldn't make headway. And so I went to fellow friends that I knew were in that same boat as me and said, hey, this is cool. I really think we're onto something here, and I would love your feedback because I really value your opinion, and I would love for you to watch this 9-minute video on our compensation plan and tell me what you think. And that is how I brought on my first few people that were in the same season as me, same boat as me, that were struggling with other companies, and saw the difference here and saw the comp plan and were like, okay, this is cool. So really start brainstorming. If you're coming in from that same boat as me, start making a list of those types of people. If you're like, in a job where you're ready to, make a new stream of income and you want to do things on your own terms, maybe make a list of people that are in that same boat as you. So just start brainstorming. And I promise you, when I joined, I was like, can't think of 2 people. And Allie's like, just just write people down. Just keep thinking about it. And I would be randomly like doing the dishes. Oh, Jane or whoever. And I would just constantly keep thinking of people. And all of a sudden my once barely any 2 people was a long full page list of people to reach out to. So you will start to think of people as you go about your day and as you start learning things about the business. So really start working on your invite list, right? Next, you're going to start practicing your voice messages. You guys, we're going to go over this tomorrow in my training, but I know this is scary. I know it's not fun. Trust me, I did not want the voice message. I was going to try to avoid it at all costs. And Allie was like, Jenny, you need to trust the system. You need to trust our secret sauce here at our team and do these voice messages. And I promise you guys, they work. Some of my biggest runners here on this team of leaders came from, they'd been asked from other companies. I was the only person that ever sent them a voice message, and they heard the genuineness in my voice. So voice messages are powerful. It's just like in an argument. You never want to text in an argument, right? Because you can't hear your tone, you can't hear what, how you're saying certain words. It's the same when you're inviting somebody to an opportunity. You don't want this to be a slimy sales pitch. You want to genuinely go to the person and why you think this would be amazing for them and why you thought of them and a little bit about this. And so we're going to go into that in voice message training tomorrow. But I really want to encourage you guys, just do it. Rip off the Band-Aid. Promise you it'll be 1,000% worth it. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to do the training tomorrow. But start practicing voice messages. And, I practice them in my head, out loud in the shower or in the car. And if you have an iPhone, how I did it in the beginning, and I'll talk about this in the training tomorrow, is I got the recorder app built into the phone, and I just started doing the voice message practicing on there. And then when I was comfortable, and then you can direct text it to somebody, so I wouldn't have to like re-record it or like panic to hold down the button on Instagram or whatever it might be. And then I would send it to Allie and have Allie give me feedback. And then I would go back and forth. And then when I was ready for the message, I just text messaged it from there so that I didn't have to re-record it or anything like that. So we're going to get into all of that tomorrow on the voice message training, but just a kind of like a little idea to plant in your head right there. And then once you have voice message practice, once you've been on a voice message training and your sponsor is like, you got this, do the thing, start sending out your invites, start talking to people, start sharing about this. And I really encourage you guys, as you are getting responses, screenshot your responses and send them to the person you're working with, because they will be able to help you with responses. My first few people that came on board, I did 3-way chat with my upline. And it wasn't because I couldn't do it on my own. I just didn't know enough yet. And I was still so new. And I learned so much from listening to my upline talk in those 3-way chats that now I get to do those 3-way chats for people. And so you will be learning and growing by allowing the person that you came on board with to help you, or somebody in your upline that's working with you, talk to people about the business and the products. And then the last part of this is, follow-ups. Fortune is in the follow-up to you guys. I've had people come on board that didn't respond to me for 2 weeks. And I checked in and said, hey, did you get a chance to listen to my voice message? And they would be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even see that was a voice message. I just listened. Yes, send me the link. I want to get on the call. So you never know. Just because they don't respond to you, guys, this is such a time now where people have such a short attention span. And we're going to get into that in voice messages and why they need to be so short and concise and not like massive amounts of voice message you're sending somebody all at once. We're going to get into that tomorrow. But those follow-ups are so important. And because you never know why they didn't listen. Don't just assume they're ghosting you. It could just be really busy. And then utilize those op calls. They're there for a reason. They're on every single night. If you don't know that yet about our team specifically, we have opportunity calls every single night at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. So you have, it's different leaders every night, but you can go to the True North and see who's leading, or you can look on the Rise chat and I'll have posted it that day as well. Utilize those op calls, invite people to them, let them listen, get on the op calls yourself. And I'm going to get into that here in a second, and utilize the team chat and ask questions. My favorite thing is when people ask questions in the Rise chat, because I guarantee somebody else is learning from that question you asked as well. So do not be afraid to ask questions in the Rise chat. Okay, we are moving and grooving. Okay, voice messaging tips. Again, gonna get into this tomorrow in the voice message training, but these are like our top rules, right? Our top tips. Smile, be excited. You're gonna hear that in your voice. You're gonna hear that you're smiling. I like to be like, I'm a hand talker, as you guys have seen here, me doing this Zoom. So I like to make sure I'm moving my hands around, I'm walking around the room, I'm making it as natural as possible. I don't want it to be like this, I'm reading a script on my computer while I'm like voice messaging. I don't want to sound like a robot. I want it to be authentic. Keep it under a minute. Like I said, people have a short attention span right now, under a minute. Don't leave them like 5 voice messages. 1 minute, and we're going to work on that, and we'll hone on it, and we'll practice it, and you will be able to get your message across within a minute. Okay, be confident. If you're like, hey Kelly, I just joined this thing and I think you might be interested. I guarantee somebody hears that and they're gonna be like, they're not even sure of this. Why would I want to take the time to listen? Be confident. Kelly, holy smokes, just did something wild. Just jumped in on a momentum train with a new company. They've only been around, rebranded Wise for a couple of years, but they started out in white coat offices. They're a nutraceutical company with a full spectrum hemp line. People are growing quick here, and we are about to have 2 new verticals coming out in the next month that are going to change the wellness industry. Can I get you on a call tonight? Because I think this is right up your alley. It's at 5:30. What do you think? And you leave it with a question, right? And I'm going to get to that here in a second. And that wasn't my best voice message. It was more of like a confidence thing. I think this is something that's right up your alley. I think you're going to want to hear more about this, as opposed to being second guessing it yourself, because they're going to instantly second guess it. Share a quick reason why you think they'd be interested. I know you have an Etsy shop and you just have such an entrepreneur heart. I think this is something that would align with you so well, because you do love living a holistic lifestyle and low tox living. And I've been learning more and more about these products, and I think this is something that is right up your alley. So something that links them of why you think they would do well here, inviting them to a Zoom call, and always end with a question. If you don't end with a question, they have nothing to prompt back on. You're putting that ball in their court and helping to bridge that gap to where they want to respond to you. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Okay, peak posts. Peak posts are so important, you guys. Try to do a peak post a week, if you can. Sorry, I have a tickle in my throat. I did not very hard with me. Okay, peak posts are awesome because you're not just putting the company name out there, and it's not because we're not proud to be with Q Sciences. I'm loud and proud about it. It's because you want to prompt them to reach out to you and to find out more information. The peak post is sharing about, oh, who's not muted? There we go. It's sharing a little bit about, you just jumped into something. You're really excited to see where this is going. This one right here is one of my favorite examples from Kylie on our team. And if you're looking for peak post examples, ask your sponsor or ask in the Rise chat, and we can share some peak post examples with you. But a peak post is such a great way to kind of like put it out there. Hey, I just joined something amazing. Really excited about it. If anybody is looking for a new stream of income where they don't have to push products, and we're expected to quadruple this year alone, and the timing is like Apple stock in the 80s, I would love to talk to you more about this. And it doesn't have, you can write it however you want. It could be long, it could be short, but posts are a really great way to start sprinkling it out there and putting it out there. If you go to True North, the Facebook group, and type in peak post, great post will pop up with all kinds of examples. And then start sprinkling it in your stories on Instagram, on Facebook. I have mine linked together, so I'm not having to double post. And start following some of the people in your upline. You can see how they go about it. That's how I learned. I watched and I saw how people were doing it that had already been here, and learn from them. And I just kind of sprinkle it throughout my normal daily feed. And then start engaging on social media with people. If you haven't been commenting in people's stories, commenting on their posts, start doing that now, because the more you engage with the people that you really want to see this message, the more your stuff is going to pop up on their feed. All right. Wow, I got through that fast. Kind of fast, not really. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to look at the chat. Here, I only see one post. Can we add interested people? Yes, you can. So you can, that Quintessential Lives Real People group, you can add I think you can add potentials to it. I know you can add customers. Let me get a confirmation on that and I will answer it in the Rise chat. I've only ever added customers to it. But what's really cool too that you can always utilize with our Rise chat is you can be like, hey, does anybody else here have a migraine testimony that they would be willing to share? And there's usually somebody that will chime in and be like, hey, me, and they'll type up a little thing of how this has blessed them. So using our Rise chat is a great way to find out some testimonies from people, ambassadors in particular, that have already been using the products for a while. And again, like I said, you are not expected to know what all our products do yet. And our team specifically is very product education heavy. There's a lot of us that are really passionate about it and we want to teach you why the products are so amazing. We just don't expect you to know it right out of the gate. So we have training resources and already recorded education videos and stuff we can send you guys. And honestly, as you just ask questions, that's really how you're going to learn. Don't be afraid to ask questions. That is the best way to grow here. Because I guarantee I probably asked the most questions out of anybody. I did in the beginning. I asked a lot, but don't be afraid to ask questions. Utilize that Rise chat because, like I said, I love when people ask questions because somebody else is going to learn from it. Does anybody else have any questions that they want to throw into the chat before I stop recording? I'll give it a second. I know this was a lot of information to digest. So again, like I said, if you are still feeling stuck on something or that you haven't been plugged into a certain group that you saw pop up, or you're not quite sure about a Peak post, reach out to your sponsor and ask for their opinion. And if they don't know the answer, come to us on the Rise chat, or even just post it straight on the Rise chat. We'll make sure that you get taken care of and you get the answers and the resources that you need. I don't know if I can transfer this PowerPoint. I'll try to figure it out. But I did record this, so I can always send you guys the recording. This is a PowerPoint I made and I just have it saved on my computer, but yeah, I am recording this, so I will post it when I'm done. And then, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording.